Gotta get out of my head, gotta get out of my bed. Gotta stop worrying about all my problems and focus on finding solutions instead. Change up the vision, been on a mission to count on my blessings instead of my bread. I've been addicted to better in every component I know I control for I'm dead. Finally figure I've been that. If I'm talking, I'm making an impact. If it's hate on the way, then I skip that. If I said it, you know that I meant that. And in fact, I won't be throwing no stones, rather be setting the tone. Oh man, I gotta get it, I'm grown, even if it's on my own. Oh man, enemies trying to get rid of me, tendencies that'll turn kin to the enemy. Pretend to be with the team, here's my remedy. Focus on me and the things God getting me. These plans to grow, my entity's been going hard. The intensity, how that work out, splendidly. Focus on me and the things God getting me.
Yo, what is up, people? What is going on? Welcome back to the show, Bigger For It Entertainment. It's going to be a quick little video stream, whatever you want to call it, because I just came out of the Michael Jackson movie, and I got to say that I think that this is the greatest biopic movie of all times. Shit, I even bought my first popcorn bucket, right? So I bought my popcorn bucket, and I was watching this. Damn. I was watching this movie, and as I'm watching it, you know, it starts off, and no spoilers here, but I mean, it's a biopic movie, so there's not really much to spoil on here. But it starts off, and you see, you know, Domingo playing Joe Jackson, and I thought he was absolutely great. I was like, yo, this feels like Joe Jackson. Then I seen the little boy, right? Little Michael Jackson. I was like, damn, you know, this little kid's performance is great. But none of them topped Michael's nephew. Not one. I felt like I was watching Michael Jackson himself. You know, when I seen the trailer, I was like, oh, this trailer looks fire. But I had the voice. I was like, I don't think he has the voice down right. When I watched this movie, he definitely had the voice down right. It was absolutely perfect. Not to mention everything he did to get the dance moves right and all of that stuff. I was just smiling throughout this whole movie. You know, as a person who grew up with Michael Jackson, right? 52 years old. We're going to be 52 years old. So I was there from, I won't say the start, because I definitely wasn't there from the start. But once the Off the Wall album came out, that's when I was born, and I have been a Michael Jackson fan ever since. So everything they did in this movie, I knew what was going to happen, right? So if you're going into this movie thinking that you're going to get some big revelation or something like, oh, I've never knew that about Michael Jackson before, you're not going to get that, right? If you know Michael Jackson's story, then everything that you know about Michael Jackson was actually in this movie. Could it have been a little better? Possibly could have been a little bit better. Because when I say it's the best biopic of all time, I'm not saying that because the story is great, right? It's Michael Jackson's story. We all know Michael Jackson's story. It's the performances. Every single performance in this movie was great. I'll say that Nia Long was kind of underused, but Joe Jackson, he felt like Joe Jackson. Michael Jackson, I felt like I was watching Michael, 100%. And then he started talking, and I was just invested in this movie, 100%. And when I think about all the biopics that I've seen, right? And I'm going off of the biopics that I've seen, not just like all of them, because I haven't seen all of them. But you got Denzel as Malcolm X. You got Ray, Jamie Foxx as Ray. And this. And if I had to rate them, I don't know. And I don't want to say his name right, Jafari. I don't know if his performance as Michael Jackson was better than Denzel's performance as Malcolm X. I love Malcolm X. When I seen that movie, I felt like I was coming out of that movie watching the real Malcolm X. When I came out of this movie, I felt like I was watching the real Michael Jackson. For someone who's never done a movie before, absolutely amazing job. one of the best. There's no doubt about it for me. Like one of the best, an absolute amazing performance. I mean, down to his mannerisms, his dancing, his voice. The kind of humbleness that Michael Jackson had too as well. You know, I it blew my mind. It blew my mind. This movie is everything that it's cracked up to be, 100% without a shadow of a doubt. This is one of the greatest biopics of all time. And again, if you know Michael Jackson's story, then you know. If you know Michael Jackson's story, then you know what you're going to see in this movie, right? Now, of course, it doesn't get into the allegations and all of that stuff, and we know why they didn't do that. And the third act was kind of redone, right? They had to redo the third act of the movie. That's why it didn't come out when it was supposed to or whatever. Doesn't matter. Didn't need it. Did not need it at all. I know a lot of people are saying that, oh, it just feels like it didn't have a third act, or a lot of people were expecting to see stuff that I guess that I don't know that they didn't know about Michael Jackson. I don't know. I don't know what people were expecting, right? But the critics are definitely wrong. They are 100% wrong with that 35% Rotten Tomatoes score. Absolutely disrespectful. Fucking respectful. I can't believe that the critics gave this movie such a low bar. And I think it's because they expected, it to go into the allegations and it to go into all kinds of stuff and all of this crap. But the audience score is at about 95%. What's up, Collector Movie Man? Surprised you up so late? He said, hey, Nzo, I'm really happy that you liked the Michael movie. Yeah, Collector, I thought it was I thought it was absolutely great. Absolutely amazing. I loved it, and I'm definitely going to go back to see it again. Now, I'm not staying on here too long. I just wanted to say real quick that I really did enjoy the movie, and to me, there's no other biopic that beats it. It just doesn't. I remember when MTV wouldn't play Michael Jackson songs. Hey, what's up, Lawrence? How you doing, man? Thanks for popping in. I remember all of that stuff. Like, that's when I grew up. I remember the event that Thriller was, right? When they announced Thriller was going to be played, families were sitting at home waiting for that movie waiting for that video to come out. The Bad came on CBS, 8 o'clock, prime time, right? Friday night, And thank you for being the first person to leave a comment on my Michael review. Definitely not a problem, brother. Not a problem at all. Glad you liked it too as well. I think the fans are going to talk for this movie and fuck what the critics say. It's the people that are actually going out there and watching this movie, getting claps in the theaters, It was great. It was great. I remember watching Thriller on repeat for weeks. Absolutely amazing. I think one of the things that they could have done a little bit better is show us his process a little bit more of how he does his music. If they would have did something like that, I would have enjoyed that in the movie too as well, But there's not much bad I can say about the movie. Oh, there is one thing bad I'll say about the movie. Not having Janet Jackson in there was jarring, right? Because you're seeing the whole family having dinner together and everything, and there's no Janet. I don't know why she's not in the movie. I heard she said she didn't want to be in it. They didn't want her to lose her likeness. It is what it is. But, man, said, I actually learned a few things. I didn't know he had all those exotic animals, and then I didn't know that his hair caught on fire during the Pepsi thing. Absolutely 100%. Hair caught on fire during the Pepsi thing, almost died because of it. And I think what they'll get into more in the second part of the movie, is that was what started him down the path of painkillers, right? Being addicted to painkillers. Lauren said she didn't approve. Yeah, well, she was wrong for not approving. You know what I mean? She was wrong. I think this is a story that did it need to be told? Maybe not. You can go online and you can find anything you want to know about Michael Jackson. But the fact that he was able to embody Michael the way he did, I can sit here now and tell you I don't think anybody would have ever done a better job than he did. Nobody. And this is the guy's first movie, you know. But the movie was good as a celebration of his life. His best moments, part 2, is when the mess happens. Absolutely. I've been actually listening to Michael Jackson's music all day. So did I. When I was at work, that's all I put on the like, because we get to listen to radio or whatever. Michael Jackson played all day. Michael Jackson all day. The brothers didn't really have lines anyways. They could have had her playing in the background. Yeah, or they could have said her name. You know what I mean? Like something like that. If she didn't want to be in that, they could have said her name somewhere in there, but they didn't. And I get that. Maybe they couldn't even say her name or whatever. But, whoo, you got to go see this movie, man. I really want this movie to make $1 billion. I think it's well deserved for $1 billion. I'm going to see it again. There is no doubt about it. I'm going to pay and go see this movie again. Seen it in IMAX, and they did this one thing, man, where you had the little kid and he was doing the "When I Had You," and they had no sound but him sing it. Oh my fucking God. It was amazing. I was like, yo, fire. Fire. Did you know it doesn't even open up in Japan until the first week of May? No, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. But I did see on, I think it was Instagram, and they had this thing in China, was a drone air show with Michael Jackson. And I posted it on I think I posted it on X. And I was like, yo, let me see if I can find it. I was like, yo, why America ain't doing this? You know what I mean? Like, homegrown American. Michael Jackson was the shit. Why is China doing it? I do have it. I still have it. Let me share it real quick. I thought it was absolutely amazing. I thought it was absolutely amazing. So let me add screen here. I'm going to full screen it. And I'm just going to play the drone show. Hopefully you guys can still hear me while it's playing. But it's this. Probably get copyright claim for the music, but I don't care. Hold on, I'll get to those comments in a second. I'll get to those comments in a second. Hold on. All right. So that's the drone show. I thought it was absolutely amazing. Let me get to this comment because I really want to get to this. He said, your friend Chill said it won't make $1 billion and Michael doesn't have international appeal. I don't always agree with Chill because that is absolutely 100% false. 100% false. Michael Jackson had more appeal overseas and international than he did in America. This is why before he passed, when he was going to do This Is It tour, he was starting it overseas because that is where people loved him more than America. That is really awesome. It absolutely was. Supporting the stream for a good take. Thank you for the $10 super chat. Much appreciated. I guess it's one of the first times you've actually seen one of my takes that were good, right? They're actually playing my favorite Michael Jackson song that was in the Rush Hour movie, and I never knew it was from him until recently. Absolutely. He said that part. Yeah. So, again, Michael Jackson had worldwide appeal, all right? When you watch the movie, and I'm sure you guys seen it, right, that are in here in the chat, when you see people fainting, that was real. That was real. I am telling you, there will never be another artist like Michael Jackson ever. I know people try to run around with this Chris Brown is better than Michael Jackson. Hell to the fucking no. What Michael Jackson did will never be reproduced. Never. Never. I'm telling you when I say this, never. Millions of people would stand outside just to get a glimpse of him. It'll never happen again. Never happen again. Yeah, that was another thing I didn't know. I didn't know people used to faint at his concerts all the time. Collector, all the time. They were dragging people out of his concerts constantly. Michael Jackson, no word of a lie, was the biggest entertainer of all times. Till this day, I still believe that Thriller is the most sold album of all times. Till this day. Thriller came out in the 80s? That's crazy. With inflation and everything, that Thriller is still the top selling album of all time? Bruh. We're definitely going to be doing a review on this because I really want to talk about a lot of the performances in this movie. The performances were top notch. Top notch. There was not one bad performance in this movie. If I had money in my account right now, I'd give you a big super because we're actually agreeing on something, but I'm broke. Collector, and Lawrence, I appreciate the $10 as well too, 100%. I will never ask anybody for any money. I will never ask anybody for any of that. If you want to do it, fine. If you can do it, absolutely. But never apologize because you can't. Don't apologize. I get it, 100%. I didn't come on here in this night to get a super chat or anything. Ow! Cat, man! I came on here because I thought this movie lost my train of thought. I thought this movie was deserving of me doing an out of the theater review. Yeah, I definitely feel Jafar Jackson and Coleman Domingo should get Oscar nominated. They definitely, Collector, 100%. I don't know if it's because it came out this early that, when Oscar time comes around, but there's not going to be a better performance than Jafar. There's not going to be a better performance this year. And I love, Robert Downey Jr. and all of these stuff and all of the movies we're going to watch coming out. But the performance that he put on, absolutely. I send love to my YouTube. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, Lawrence, 100%. You know what I mean? I do appreciate it. Absolutely. Even the cat says take it. Yeah, the cat wanted me to take it, and I'm going to take it, and I appreciate it, 100%. But guys, man, go see this movie. Go see this movie. For people that are watching this on the replay or whatever, I am telling you to go see this movie because you won't be disappointed. I know I've seen a few people that were disappointed because they were expecting a little bit more. I wasn't expecting a little bit more. I was expecting exactly what Lawrence said, a celebration of his life, and that's what this movie did. And Jafari, and I hope I'm saying his name right. Cat, will you? I'll give you attention, don't worry. Hope I'm saying his name right, but for first time, he did Michael Jackson justice. Michael Jackson is looking down on his grave and clapping for what this guy did. And if you go and watch some of the videos that he did where he's training, he wanted to make sure he got everything right? And he did that. He did it. I can't even. Your cat does want my attention. Yeah, I know. I can't say nothing bad about it. Brian messaged me. I wish I would have got to see it yesterday. Brian messaged me and said, "Yo, Michael Jackson is great." I said, "Okay, going to see it today." That shit got a standing ovation from me when I left that theater. Standing ovation. Unbelievably amazing. Just the performance. Regardless of what you want to say about the movie, just the performance. We spent like 48 minutes in the beginning of Spoiler Kings talking about the movie. Today? Okay, I can see that. I didn't get to watch them today because I was at the theater. I went at 10 o'clock, and I wasn't stopping to watch no damn streams. You know what I mean? I'll go check out what they say later. Um, I was surprised because I didn't think all of them were gonna see it today or yesterday. I thought Tank and Brandman were seeing it later on or on the weekend, whatever. But I'm definitely doing a review. Um, Danny said he's taking a break from YouTube, but he said he definitely wanted to review it. I think he's going on the weekend to see it. So, if God willing, Saturday night we'll be doing some sort of review on it before I do From. But I got to talk about this movie. You know, I'm not gonna talk about it now because it was just like what I seen, what I seen in this movie, bro. What I seen, the performances that I seen in this movie. It They didn't do a review. They were just talking about it. I got you. I got you. What I seen in this movie, I loved it. I loved it. It was it was nothing is perfect, but I think Jafari's performance for Michael Jackson was perfect. Was absolutely perfect. I had no issues with him. There wasn't even times where shit, I'll be honest with you, there's times where I'm like, is he singing or is he lip syncing to Michael Jackson songs, right? Because if he's singing, or if that little kid was singing, like, was really singing, and I said I was going to Google it before I came on here, but I'll find out before the review. But if they were singing, oh my God, oh my God, if they're not end up being stars, I don't know what to tell you, man. If you want to do your review on Saturday night, if you want to have me on, let me know. Absolutely, I'll definitely let you know. Haven't figured out the time yet or anything because I got so much to do. I still got to do The Boys. I still got to do Daredevil. Um, Monarch is coming out, so I still got to finish that, and then we got to do From. So I got to do this weekend. I got to do all the shows this weekend. So it's a lot. It's gonna be a lot. So I got to work out the times and everything, but I will definitely let you know, Collector. You did a great review on it, you know, and there's not much more I can say, really and truly. I'm gonna try and stay on here till for about 30 minutes, so another 7 minutes, and then get off here. But other than that, man, there was some funny moments. There were some really funny moments when he first brought in Bubbles. It was a funny moment, absolutely, 100%. Um, but the three standouts for this movie are Coleman Domingo, Jafari, and I don't even know the little kid that played Michael Jackson, but oof, because Michael Jackson, and he was a perfectionist, right? When you are able to mimic him, I'm telling you, you put in a lot of work to do that. You put in a lot of work to do that. When I was younger, I used to be able to do the moonwalk. That's about it. I couldn't do all the Michael Jackson moves, but I could do the moonwalk. I can't even do that shit anymore. I tried. I can't do the moonwalk. He said, thank you for the compliment. And, you know, I just started listening to Michael Jackson music a few months ago. I didn't grow up with his music. You see, here's the thing, right? I think this is great for people who never grew up on Michael Jackson, but it's also great for us who remember these times, right? I'm sitting there, and when they're talking about the tour, I'm like, Victory Tour, you know, that's what's coming up. Boom. So I knew they were going to do the Victory Tour. I knew the Triumph Tour. You know, I could see where they were going with the story. I think a lot of people's complaints are they skipped past a few things, and I think we could have got a little bit more of his younger life, but it wasn't about that. So I get it, right? There's other Jackson 5 that did a really good job when it came to his younger life and all of that family life. So I think they did a really good job in those kind of things. I think this was just to celebrate Michael Jackson and to give you a little bit of insight to the man he was. And when there's a part where he says, oh, well, you know, we need you to do press and this and that. It's like, no, I want to be a mystery. Yeah, Michael Jackson did that. He was a mystery to a lot of people, you know. And the kids going to the hospital and doing all of that stuff, 100% Michael Jackson constantly did that. Constantly did that, you know. And I love it. I love this movie. I'm going to buy this movie 100%. Hey, this is definitely one of the movies I'll be buying on 4K. Me too. I will definitely be buying this movie when it comes out on 4K too, Steelbox, whatever. I don't care how much it costs. I'm getting it. It's going to be in my collection. That's how much I love this movie, you know, especially for me, and whatever. I know there's younger people than me that Michael Jackson fans or whatever, but for me, this was my childhood. Watching this movie, my childhood flashed before my eyes like no other movie has ever done for me. Nothing. My everything, I grew up to this. Thriller, Bad, Beat It, Billie Jean, all of that stuff. Steelbook is up for pre-sale on Walmart.com. Oh, really? I'm going to check that out. Definitely, 100%. I hope it does a billion. I really do. And even if it doesn't, 800 million, something like that. But to say Michael Jackson don't have international appeal is absolutely wrong. I'm looking at you, Chill. That is not true. That is not true. Michael Jackson, his music has withstood the test of time. And that's 100% the truth. They tried to bring him down with the allegations. It worked. But at the end of the day, Michael Jackson's music still gets bumped. Radio, TV. Just watched a commercial the other day where they're using a Michael Jackson song. Michael Jackson is an icon to the like an icon. There till this day, there is no artist that has done or will ever do what Michael Jackson did. He said, but I'm going to get going on. It's almost 2 o'clock in the morning for me here. Yeah, me too. Me too. I'm just going to go for another 3 more minutes, Collector, and then I'm going to close it out too. I think I said everything I wanted to say here, and I can't wait till we do the review for it, because I don't just want to talk about the movie. I want to talk about breakdown. I want to go, this character. Oh, Mauricio. Shit. What's up, brother? How you doing, Mauricio? It's been a minute. Mauricio is a friend that I used to go to school with. Absolutely good to see you, man. I was just on here talking about the Michael movie. I think it's one of the greatest biopics I've ever seen. And I'll just repeat earlier, not because it's like this big revolution, like, oh my God, I am learning something new about Michael Jackson. Those of us who grew up with Michael Jackson know Michael Jackson, but the performances in this were ungodly. Unfucking godly when I'm talking about the performances. He said, I was watching on Facebook. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Prince is still the better musician. Of course, Mike got to come on here. Well, you know what, Mike? They ain't making a Prince movie yet. I ain't seen no Prince movie. I see Michael Jackson. He said, yes, sir. And I don't know if you've seen it yet, Mike, but you need to go watch that movie just for the performance alone. Because you pretty much my age, so you already know. Jafare, if I'm saying his name right, again, I apologize if I'm not saying it right, but he embodied Michael Jackson. When it comes to biopic performances, I'm still not sure if I put him over Denzel Washington as Malcolm X yet, but right now, it's Malcolm X, it's him, and it's Jamie Foxx. And to be honest with you, I thought Jamie Foxx's voice was great as Ray, but I wasn't watching Ray and looking at him seeing Ray. When I watch Malcolm X, I didn't see Denzel Washington, I seen Malcolm X. And when I watch this movie, I don't see Jafari, I see Michael Jackson. To get his voice right is almost impossible. And there are fucking times where I was like, yo, that's Michael Jackson. That's Michael fucking Jackson. Oh, man, he was meant to play that role. He was meant to play that role. And I really and truly hope he gets an Oscar for that. They better not make a Prince movie. Yeah, because you know what? I don't think there's anybody out there that could play Prince. You know what I mean? I didn't think there was anybody out there that could play Michael Jackson until this guy, until his nephew. I don't think anybody else would have done a good job. And it's his first movie. It's his first movie. Never been in a movie before in his lifetime. And I'm watching this movie and I'm looking at Michael Jackson. I'm not looking at Jafari. So that's all I really wanted to say. Guys, make sure to check out the review. It's definitely coming. I don't know who's going to be on the panel. There will definitely be a few people on there. I know Brian will be there because he's always there. Appreciate that. Mike, if you want to come on and talk with us about it, you can come on there too as well. I think Danny said he's going to be there, but he's still taking his break, so I'm not 100% sure about that, but he's definitely welcome. And pretty much just got to pick the day or time. So, guys, I'm about to head out. You know, it is almost 2 o'clock here. I just got back, and I am in awe. And like I said, because I know you're still there, Mike, I got my Michael popcorn bucket right here. First popcorn bucket I've ever bought from a movie. And I don't see Prince's popcorn bucket anywhere. I'm just saying. Prince will never touch Michael Jackson. Never. That's just my opinion. I like Prince, but he will never touch Michael Jackson. So good night, my brother. Good night, Mauricio, man. I appreciate you popping in. You know what I mean? It's always a pleasure. And I don't know if you like stuff that I've been watching, but I'm always on this platform doing something. So check me out whenever you can. But with that being said, I am going to go and pass out and enjoy the rest of my night. So peace out, people.
I know that they're playing on my downfall, but I know my purpose here is bigger than me. Every time I'm lost, I find my way. Okay. I ain't never stressing. Okay. Bring on all my blessings. All my blessings. Let them lead the way. All my blessings. Hey. You ready? All my blessings. Hey. Yo. Gotta get out of my head, gotta get out of my bed. Gotta stop worrying about all my problems and focus on finding solutions instead. Change up the vision, been on a mission to count on my blessings instead of my bread. I've been addicted to better in every component I know I control before I'm dead. Finally figure I've been that. If I'm talking, I'm making an impact. If it's hate on the way, then I skip that. If I said it, you know that I meant that. And in fact, I won't be throwing no stones, rather be setting the tone. Oh man, I gotta get it, I'm grown, even if it's on my own. Oh man. Mini-me's trying to get rid of me, tendencies that'll turn kin to the enemy. Pretend to be with the team, here's my remedy. Focus on me and the things God getting me. Seeds planted, grow my entities, been going hard. The intensity, how that work out, splendidly. Focus on me and the things God getting me.